Hey there, water signs. Welcome to Guided Angel Tarot. Thank you for being with me today. So, when I meditated and pulled out your first initial cards to get the theme of today's reading, this is what came out. It came out awakening and purpose um, versus feeling left out, insecure, and in need. So, it seems that at the moment you are starting to see pain from a different perspective, but you're still not fully engaging emotionally with your community, around your home, around your foundation. There's still this emotional longing, there's still a nostalgia for the past, there's still past emotional memories. And so then I pulled your cards, and in the current energy, we got Death and the Nine of Cups, which is releasing and transitioning, and also emotional comfort. So it feels like you're starting to move away from something, but you're definitely not there yet because you still think about the past, you're still in withdrawal. You're not engaging, so still very much affected by whatever has happened. In your obstacle, your challenge, we got the Six of Coins and the Star. So your challenge is support and balance and faith and renewal. So it seems that you're you're out of balance basically because I think you've lost your faith, and there's a definite need for some kind of renewal. Let's have a look at your supporting energy, Five of Cups and Four of Coins. So we got recognizing the hurt and stop giving your energy away carelessly. This is what's supporting you. Um, you could be idealizing the past still, with all the past nostalgia, stuck in that mental loop of idealizing the past. But at the same time, I think you do recognize the hurt, and you need to recognize the hurt so that you stop giving yourself your energy away carelessly to those who don't value it enough. Your advice is the King of Swords and the Five of Coins. So this is clarity, it's clear thinking versus lack versus fear-based thinking. It's truth versus survival anxiety. So I think you are still stuck in that survival anxiety, still stuck in lack, but you are moving towards clarity and truth. In your outcome, you got Nine of Wands and Page of Swords, which is protection versus hypervigilance. So you are more careful now, basically, because of whatever's happened to you. And there is a need to watch out for patterns and red flags. And you are less naive than before. But at the same time, you need to keep living. You need to keep living. Moving forward, hold your boundaries while gathering information. So, a slower, more cautious approach, observing carefully, questioning more. And then I wanted to clarify keep living, because this seems to be the message. Although you're in lack, although you're in fear-based thinking, although you're feeling left out in the cold, feeling hurt, feeling vulnerable, feeling disconnected, Keep living is protection versus opening to new grounded connection. Holding on tightly and being guarded, you're not living. I get the protection, survival anxiety when you're coming out of some kind of trauma. You hold on tightly to the past ideal version of whatever happened, no matter how bad it was. And of course, you become guarded, it's natural. But moving forward, it's about being emotionally met in new beginnings and new grounded possibilities. So, in your feelings, we've got this fear of vulnerability. In your thinking, we need a moving towards openness. In your actions, a lowering of the defense barriers to engage again. And this will manifest as the potential for a healthier, more stable new beginning. However, with all that said, it's about emotional reconnection, and that is much easier said than done. So, when someone's been hurt repeatedly, the nervous system learns that connection equals risk. So, this results in withdrawal, in numbness, in hyper independence, in hypervigilance, and it becomes your form of self protection. Your feeling is, I don't want to be hurt. Your thinking is, it's not safe to trust. Your action is pulling back, overprotecting, and avoiding vulnerability. And this all manifests as disconnection and loneliness. But going back to keep living, to work on this, I looked up some possible books that might help. You could look at attachment theory, especially avoidant protection patterns. The book recommended here is Attached by Rachel Heller and Amir Levine. It's based on the new science of adult attachment. Also, for more complex PTSD, we have From Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker. And this book gives you the emotional survival system behind attachment styles. I just want to make sure that you understand that these readings are not to replace professional help. They are for inspiration only. Always remember, don't force it to fit. You hold the pen to your story. But if this does resonate, I really hope it helps in some way. So thank you so much for being here. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one.